Hello everyone, today we're working on this 2882 made by MRC, made by Rowa for MRC. Let's just unbox this. I'm working one by one on my box of bad locos, and this one actually wasn't that bad, though I did use the tender for the other 2882. So I really like these boxes. They display the locomotive very well. I had a hard time removing the cover. It was really tight. And this is nice, very nice display for the locomotive. You know, if you want to display it, you just remove this retainer part. It becomes a very nice display case for the locomotive. I'm going to clean that because I do like them. There's my engine. I used the tender parts to repair the other one. One thing I noticed is that this pin is completely off. So I think I'm going to fix that with some crazy glue. And then of course I've got to work on the tender. Because I'm missing a back truck like that, I found a replacement tender. Now this replacement tender, it's a Lifelike 2882 tender of all things. It's about the same size, so that it's gonna look right. Also comes with a micro trains type coupler, so that's good. So I'll see if it's compatible. There's a little pin here to hook up the locomotive. I'll see if it's compatible. So this tender picks up electricity from both sides of the track with all 12 wheels. So not only would this solve my tender problem, but it will also help to pick up more electricity, which is good. Or I may choose to keep the original tender and modify it just a bit. So this is how I got it apart. For these trucks roll really well. So for the drawbar, you just have to twist it like that, and then the drawbar keeps in there with a little tab. So that's pretty easy to put together. I am gonna want to keep the drawbar because it holds the back truck, and that works very well with the rest of the locomotive. So it's got a wire there, and it's got this little connector, and that picks up electricity from only one side of the track. So I'm going to modify it to pick up from both sides of the track, which is going to help. I'm keeping this for parts. For parts, you never know. Yeah, I think I'm going to keep this tender. This tender shell, it's much nicer than the other one, because it has these wings, and I know Norfolk and Western, they use these wings. I'm keeping that. This one also came with a doghouse. I just didn't install it. So I think I'm gonna keep just the trucks from this tender. I'm gonna keep just the trucks and modify the original Rowa tender. Let's also remove this weight. It's held in by these 4 pins, and the plastic is getting brittle on this. So I do have to be more careful than usual. Actually, it's going well. It's not so bad. So when they keep prying it up, I had a hard time removing the shell because the plastic is getting brittle. I broke one of the pins that holds it together. I might have to modify this weight because my trucks will ride dangerously close to the metal, and that would not be a problem if I was getting power from just one side of the track. But since I'm getting power from both sides of the track, it's going to be too close for comfort. So you just remove one set of the wheels, and we'll use this box to keep my stuff together. And there's a little screw here, and that I may be able to reuse that for the next side. That would be good luck. Also, the coupler is body mounted on this, so I don't know if I'm gonna reuse that or not. Maybe we'll see. We'll see at the end how I feel. Now let's see if I'm gonna be able to reuse these screws. Probably not. That's okay. I'm gonna keep them in place. Who knows, one day that might be useful again. Yeah, I was on the internet. I can't tell you how to find one of these. This was really very good luck that I had. I just happened to find that for sale and I grabbed it. It's like that sometimes. So that's coming right along. Also, I'm going to want to pop the shell on the main engine. Just to take a look, you have to start by removing this wall here. I don't know if that's going to be easy or hard. Looks like not too hard. It hooks up on the windows, so you want to keep those windows together. Oh, there's a little slit in the bottom for that wire. And then the shell is hooked up on these two little pins here. So that should lift up nice and easy. Once you've got it past those two pins, it should go easily. But it's resisting somehow, so instead of breaking everything, I'm going to take my time and I'm going to remove this front part here, this front shaft. I'm going to remove that, and that will free the front truck assembly. Maybe it goes better at the other side. This rod here to go back in place nice and easy. I'm not too concerned about that. So I should have just enough slack to move this pin out and remove the front part of the locomotive. Alright, I was able to get the shell off finally. It was just stuck very hard on there. So you just lift up. That once you get past the two prongs there, you just lift up and this is what you get. So I had a bit of a surprise there. There's a lot of bare wire here. This probably caused a short circuit. When I tested it, it ran fine, but I tested it straight to the wheels, so it did not create a short circuit. But now when I see this is probably a problem, which is okay because I was going to work on that anyway. I'm going to rewire the tender, so I have to rewire everything. Also, it looks like it's got a smoke generator, this one. Now, being really old, I don't know if the smoke generator works anymore. It may or it may not. So we'll be sure and check that out. From what I've been told, the units with a smoke generator have no light. And then you just remove that one screw and the weight lifts up. Should lift up. There's two little tabs at the end there that prevent it from lifting up, but there you see the small smoke unit. That looks really neat, and I have to say I do wonder if it works. There's only one way to find out. It's really hard to get that pin out of there. Suspiciously very hard. Makes me think this locomotive always had a problem like that and it was never run. So putting it back together is going to be equally hard. It's really hard. So this is the back part, the back locomotive. So this one runs very well. There's no need to put any lubrication. It's really well lubricated. Same thing for the other side. Runs very well. Just these guides, they are bent. I guess they've been bent for a number of years. So the only way that I can address that is maybe use a little bit of glue to get them to stick where they should go, but everything runs well. Can't complain about that. I think I will address that in that way, so that you have a look at the beautiful drivers. This is really beautiful. I'm gonna work on getting the front part out. Now the guides are straight. I'm really happy I did this. It was really bugging me. So that works perfectly now. I'm gonna put it back in the locomotive. I'm gonna make some holes on the side of the tender here, because I need to pass these pins through the tender floor. I'm using my jeweler's drill to make some guide holes, and then I'll make them wider with my Dremel. I've got my 4 holes. I'm going to enlarge them with the Dremel, and it's important for me to be working on this because I just bought a whole bunch more trucks with connectors like this from Japan. They don't have 6-wheel trucks in Japan, but they have the 2-wheel trucks. So I bought a whole bunch of them because I'm going to be going back to some of my old engines, and I'm going to improve the electrical pickups in the tenders. Years ago, Bachmann, they used to offer just a tender on its own. I have not seen these being offered anymore. So it's important to find a different way. There's some left. I didn't buy their whole inventory. It's on the Plaza Japan website. So if you want to get some trucks with pickups, there's still some available, and they were not very expensive. They were like new old stock they wanted to get rid of. So I was happy to buy that from them. I used the drill attachment from my Dremel to make the holes. And be careful, the Dremel, it eats through plastic like it's butter. So I was able to clean up the holes, make them now nice and wide, so I can put my my leads through it, my electrical connections through it. So that's gonna work great. Also, while I had the drill out, I made 4 holes in some this stuff. I get this stuff, the clear plastic. I get that from store packaging. Oftentimes goes to grocery store to give you buy pre-made food. They give you a container that has plastic like that, and I'll just take the small clear part and I'll keep that. So that's got 100 uses, but today we're going to use that to make some washers. I need some washers for my other I need the washers to make my screws work. I'm gonna reuse this weight, but I'm gonna use these little screws that I found. Happen to be just the right size. So I'll be reusing those, but these are just a bit too small to work with the trucks I have. So I need to make a washer for that. So let's get right into it. I'll show you how to make your own washer. So first thing, you have to poke a hole through your plastic. Make sure it's big enough for the screw, so that's no problem. And then we'll go into the second part. This is just an old hole punch I found in a second-hand store. They don't make anything out of metal anymore, so you have to keep around the antiques. And again, you can see by the dust I don't use it very often, but I need it for a project someday, and that is today. So I removed the bottom part just so I could see what I was doing. Once I have the hole centered, I'm going to go ahead and punch it out. So that makes a really neat little washer, which is going to suit my purpose just fine. It cost me nothing to make it, and it's going to work just fine. So that's really good news. I'm just doing some testing, but everything seems to work very well together. So that is good news. Now I've got to wire my locomotive together. Just testing out the height of everything compared to the locomotive. It looks just right. So I made some indentations in the weight so that my connections won't interfere with the weight. They won't touch it, and it won't create a short circuit. Now I just need to wire this all together, and we should have a running train. Now we should have a working locomotive. Well, alright, I super glued the coupler from the lifelike tender to the old tender, and now it's time to run some trains. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. I certainly had fun making it for you. See you soon.